Hello and welcome. Welcome to Chair Yoga. And my name, if we haven't met already, my name is Pat and I teach yoga with the Yoga Within studio here in Edmonton. And I'm very, very happy to have you join me at this point in time. And I hope you have yourself a comfortable chair, preferably no arms, but arms are fine. And it's best if your chair is on a mat so it doesn't slip. If you have, this is the first time you've joined my class, I always like to remind people that this is your personal practice. There isn't a goal or an achievement for us to have in mind, but it is more a time to befriend our body. Listen, be curious about our body and perhaps develop a little bit of awareness and give it a little bit of loving kindness. So if I ask you to do anything that your body says no to, please listen. It is your practice and it's very important that you listen to it. If you're recovering from an illness or injury, of course, best to always check with your healthcare provider first to see that this type of movement is good during your recovery. That said, just settle to the back of your chair. If your feet feel a bit high up, you can always use something like a blanket or a small block or a folded towel to put under them so that they feel comfortable. Don't feel that they're dragging down. And just settle back in your chair. Feel the back of your chair against your back and take a long, slow breath in. And just release it very gently. No tension. And do that 2 more times in your own time. Slow breath in through your nostrils. Slow, even breath out. And again, slow breath in. And slow, even equal breath, perhaps out. And next time you breathe in deeply. And sigh as you release. Oh. We're just arriving in our chair for our practice. Scan your body with curiosity. Not judgment, no stories, nothing like that. Where is it feeling at ease at this moment in time? Where perhaps you feel a little bit of discomfort, even it feels a little stretched or stressed. And also, you may have some discomfort bordering on pain. So just note that. That's where your body is at this point in time. Also be curious about your breath. Is it flowing easily? Is it shallow? Deep? Whatever it is, it's exactly as it should be right now. Take a long, deep breath in and a release. One more time. Nice sigh out if you like. And now stretch yourself out as much as you can, however you can stretch, what's best for you. You can have your legs out, your arms reaching up, and release. One more time, but this time perhaps try to go really small. Maybe you can bring your knees close, your chin close to your knees, you're up on your toes, holding your hands tight, and release. Whew. Just roll those shoulders. A nice roll backwards and a nice roll forwards. And come forward in your chair if you can. Now, the advantage of being forward is we use our core a whole lot more. If you need to go back, by all means do, and you may find that you need to go back and forth while we're doing the practice. Whatever support your body needs, please listen. Stretch out your left leg with your heel on the ground and point your toe away from you and towards you. And away and towards your nose. That tail going by is my dog. He's always interested when I'm in here teaching. He comes in to check things out. sometimes joins us on the bed. Keeps your toe going back and forth, back and forth. Now start making circles. If you can, lift that leg up off the ground and circle your ankles in one direction, around, and 2 more, and in the other direction. It's a nice big stretch. Point your toes, draw them towards your nose, and around and around. Excellent. Put that leg down. Let's do the same with your left leg. Stretch it out. If you can, lift it off the ground, otherwise let your heel rest on your mat. Point, flex, point, flex, point. Just introducing some movement across the top, and you may feel the back of your leg a little when you bring your toes to your nose. Now make circles one way. Doesn't matter which way. That's it. Stretch them out. And the other way. Good, good. And put that foot down. Let's come back to your right leg. Stretch it out and as high up as you can. If you have a little bend in your knee, that's fine. And don't hyperextend your knee so that you're pressing it too flat in the back here. And let's just take this leg, press through your heel, toes towards the ceiling, and just slowly take it out to your right. That's it. As far as you can go. If you want, you can support it with your right hand underneath your thigh and hold it there to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back in. You can always do less if 5 is too many. Let's do that one more time. Out to your left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come in, come in. Pause and take it down. Now with the right leg, stretch out through your heel, press out with your toes up at the ceiling. Slowly move it out to your left. Keep upright in your body, your shoulders above your hips. No leaning over. We want all this work to be in our legs and our hips. I should start counting, shouldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slowly bring it back. And down. I don't know if I let it go down last time, but we'll do it one more time there. Stretch out, sit tall, shoulders down, out to your left, press through the heel. 1, 2, 3, I want to lean, 4, 5, and come back and bring it down. Okay, let's take your legs out to have your feet just on the outside of the edge of your mat, or a little bit inside if that's too far. And drop your right leg down into the center, the knee into the center. If you like, hang on to the seat of your chair. It gives you a little bit of stability. Again, with your left leg, your left knee coming into the center. And just do 2 more of those. Pressing towards the center. Watch this hip of the leg that you're taking into the center. Try to keep it even weight on your chair. That's it. And up. And the other leg. Into the center. Up. And one more on that left leg. Bring your knees in. And up. Excellent. Jump your knees in to the center. Just slowly take them out. You can rest your hands on your thighs if you like. Sit up nice and straight, shoulders down, ribs tucked, and bring your knees together. You may have to play with your feet a little bit as you do this. Roll over onto the outsides of your feet and bring them together. And one more. Out to the outsides of your feet. And together. And a little bounce out. Let's just take your hand behind your right thigh, draw it up to the abdomen, sitting nice and tall, point your toe down, and just hold to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And bring it down. And the other side. Draw it close into your abdomen, sit tall, don't let your back fold back. Point down. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to make both sides equal. And drop your foot down. Hands on your hips. Doesn't matter which way you go. Come forward and start making just small circles. Again, keep both of your sits bones on your chair. Try not to lift up today. And go around. Sit. And around. And the other way. Round and back. And around and back. Good. Good. Excellent. Again, take your legs out towards the edge of your chair. Your toes can be pointed out a little. And just sit nice and tall. Just turn your upper torso so that you're facing your right leg. And you're looking down at the middle of your right thigh. In this position, you can put your hands on either side. You don't need to press. And just bend forward in just a very gentle forward fold with a little tiny bit of a twist. You may not go very far, which is just fine. Keep both sits bones on your chair. You're bending from your lower back. And just breathe here. That's it. That's it. So we pause. Come up slowly. Turn into the center. And turn over to your left side. Again, if your hands help on each side of your thigh, and just bend forward, a little forward fold with a very slight twist in our lower back. And breathe. Foot soles are flat on the floor. That's it. That's it. Lift up. And come to the center. And then just come down. You can just rest your hands here, no pressure. Just come down between your legs in a forward fold as far as you can comfortably go. Have your head so that your eyes are looking down at your mat. And if you want, you can let your arms come down over your shins or keep them up here on your thigh. Some of you may be able to put your hands down on your mat or on your ankles, just holding a nice forward fold, keeping our back nice and straight. One more breath here. Put your hands on your thighs. Try not to use them, just for a little bit of support, and come up. Good. If you have a strap, please take it. It can be a bathrobe tie, a skipping rope, anything like that. And if you don't have one, imagine that you have one, because we can do all of the work that we're doing using our imagination, and it still engages the same muscles. So if you do have a strap, and if you don't, just hold your hands out like this, and imagine or pull your strap apart. Apart. So I can do that and use my arms and engage my arms pulling it apart without the strap. The strap just provides me with a little bit more feedback. And pull, and release, but don't let the strap drop. And pull again. Pull. That's it. Good. Shoulders down, nice and down your back. And release. Now, maybe just one more time. And as you're doing it, pay attention to your back and what you feel in your shoulder blades and your upper arms, what muscles you're using. That's it. And release. Just roll it forward and roll it back. Let's take that out again. And this time, you may have to widen it a little. This time not pulling the strap apart so much, but just keeping it taut. Bring your arms up over your head. Now, if your arms don't go all the way up over your head, that's fine. Go as far as you can and play with the strap. Some of you may be able to have your hands quite close together, so your arms are reaching up to the ceiling. If they are, remember to drop your shoulders so that your ears are not tucked down like that. So just keep your shoulders down, up nice and tall, down just to in front of our chest, and a turn to your right, keeping your eyes on the strap that you're pulling apart. Again, if you're doing this without the strap, just do it with your arms out in front. A pause, and to your left. Come back to the center. Raise your arms up. We'll do that one more time. One more time, getting some nice movement in our shoulders here. And engaging our arms and also our core. Think of drawing your core up, so it's helping to support you. Turn to your right. Again, keep your eyes on the strap. No turning of the head right now. We haven't done too much with the neck yet. Back to center. Back over to your left. Arms stretched out, nice. Weight even on your chair, both sits bones. And release and come down. Again, just roll out those shoulders. Just put the strap down for now. Put both of your hands on your waist. Then drop your right hand to the edge of your chair. Just hold the bottom of your chair. And keeping nice and tall again, do a nice side bend over to your right. Now hold your head up so it's in line with your spine, not letting it drop down. And breathe. As you breathe in, think expand. As you breathe out, think release. And often after an exhale, we can go a little bit farther. So my dog's name is Bill. If you take other classes, come on up. And reverse, go to the other side. He'll probably appear in them too. And side bend over to your left. Nice, keeping that head nice in a line. Weight on both sits bones. Breathing. See if your breath can be equal length in and equal length out. Just an easy, gentle breath. That's it, and hold. And come up. We'll do one more each side. This time, if you like, you can raise the opposite arm. So we're going over to your right. As you bend over to your right, your left arm you may be able to bring up. Palm to the ceiling. You may be able to bring it quite high. Just not experiment, just be curious as to what movement you have. If you have your arm out here and your palm to the ceiling, that is just fine. If that's your range of motion today, that is fine. Holding it's like that is in itself building strength. Breathing, one more breath in and out. And as you breathe out, perhaps come up, drop that arm, and the other side. So see what range of motion. It won't be the same as your other shoulder. We aren't the same on both sides. Again, keeping your knees hip width apart and coming over with a nice side bend. And hopefully you can feel a nice stretch down that right side of yours. Just stretch over. Good, and come up. Let's come to standing. Do a little bit of work as we're standing. I shouldn't call it work, should I? Pleasure. Care for our body. If you change your chair to the side like that, it's not necessary. I just do it so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And, I forgot to move my table. I want to stay in focus too. There. So, let's just go back and forth. Up on your toes. See if you can hold it up on your toes. And slowly, slowly, slowly come down and go back on your heels and balance there. You have your chair there for balance. Come up again on your toes. Bend your knees a little bit too. It puts more pressure on your toes. A little bit more challenging. And come back on your heels. So this is your mountain pose. We've talked about it before, but just a quick reminder. Just look down at your feet to see that the outsides of your feet are parallel to the outsides of your mat. Again, your ankles are in line with your hips and with your shoulders, so your body's in good alignment. And tuck in your core. It really helps us. We're going to do a little bit of balancing, and our core really helps us to do that. I'm going to move to the edge of my mat here. Lift up your right leg so your toes are on the ground, and just pivot in your hip and tuck the heel up against the ankle of your left leg. Now check out that left leg. Is it nice and straight? Drawing it in. I always think of drawing both my hips together. I imagine that, and it helps me with my core work. And this is a foot position for the tree pose. See that your hips are lined up across parallel to the front of your mat. You're not twisting like this, but you're forward. And you may be able to lift one arm up, or even up like this. Just an extension to challenge your balance just a little bit more. If not, leave your hand here and balance. Now, if this is really feeling good, perhaps try to lift that right foot off the ground and put the sole of your feet against your shin. It's on the side of your shin, really. And hold. And again, think standing tall. If what we were doing with your toes on the ground is enough for you, just continue in that, or release it and then come back into it. Excellent. Really good. Really good. Now here, you may want to bring up your opposite arm. And breathe. Release. Come down. And just walk it out a little bit. Very good. Now, as always, we have two sides. Let me get a better look at my dog watching us there. Okay, so standing. Just repeat the same thing as we did on the other side. Just check the outsides of your feet. You want to just feel really stable in how you're standing. Your toes may feel a little pigeon-toed. And a reminder when you're balancing is, we call it the dristi. Just look ahead and find a spot to look at that doesn't move. And that helps with concentration. So this time, we're lifting your left leg tucking your toes against your ankle, and your heel is just above your ankle, and holding there. And again, think facing the front of your mat. Hold onto your chair for balance, of course, and just draw in. Feel strong. Think of your roots going right down through your feet into the earth, and a tree trunk. That. Bring your arm up if you like, and hold. Draw this hip in. I can see, because I can see myself as I'm taping, I can see when I'm letting it slide out. So I just draw it in. That's okay. It's normal tendency. And hold. That's it. Good. And come down. Remember, always the option to just leave your hands at your waist. Now, just walk that out a bit. We'll do it one more time. And if you like, you can see if this is available to you today, where you put the sole of your foot on the inside of your lower leg and balance. Drawing this knee back as you can and keeping your hips forward, and breathe. Just be curious what you're noticing in your body, what parts of your body are working. Always an option to bring up the arm, like that. This is a very, very powerful, strong pose. Always come out of it when you've had enough, and you might be able to go back in while we're holding it. Drop down. Drop your foot down and walk it out. Now just do a nice forward fold where we're folding over at our hips. We're going to keep our back nice and strong. Actually, just before we do that, let's stretch out that lower back. We've been kind of asking a lot of it in the balance. So place your hands like this on the back, or here is fine as well. And just reach up out of your feet. Up, lift the front of your chest, and lift your head slightly to look up about where the wall meets the ceiling. And breathe. If you can, draw your elbows together so it draws your shoulder blades together. That's it. And breathe. Good. And now come forward. You always have the chair to hold on to if you needed that. Just walk back like that, so that you're in a nice forward fold with a straight back. Bend your knees a little, if you like, if that's more comfortable, and just stretch out that lower back. And slowly come up, walk forward, and come around to sit back on your chair. You can sit back if you like, coming near the end of our class. Just drop your chin to your upper chest and lift it up. Look up at the ceiling, but think of keeping your back of your neck not folding down on itself. So keeping it smooth there. So what that prevents us from doing is just dropping all the way back, which is very hard on our neck. So let's do that again. Drop your neck down. And then slowly lift it up. Look up again. You're lifting a lot from the upper chest. Looking up, come to the center. Take it over to your right, your eyes. Look over to your right. Come to the center and over to your left. Excellent. Very good. Settle back and just take a big long breath in and a long breath out. One more. Close your eyes if you like. Feel your feet flat on the floor, the chair supporting you. And just notice how your body's feeling. Again, just for awareness and for befriending it. Open your eyes. Again, if you like to take another breath and release it. Gather up the beautiful positive energy you created in the room if you like. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope to see you again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.